So this is a video diary this morning. I was arrested October 13th, and then I got out. Got out of jail on the 11th, February 11th, and was arrested October 13th. I tried to report the death threats, but the police department's covering for them, so they arrested me. So I was terrorized in jail. Multiple different parties: Miranda, Guattari, Monk. A lot of different parties, and I have a lot of grievances. Jay Owens with Sergeant L. Albert. They deprived me of privileges. Some of the privileges were using a tablet. I created a scene. I have to redo this because they removed the video with me incriminating people. They blatantly lied on me, pathological lies to put me on lockdown. In addition to withholding privileges, I watched all kind of other inmates with privileges, and I was in the elephant in the room and couldn't get them. In addition to that, they punished me for wanting information on my case. They give other people information on that case. They would not tell me who my judge was. I asked multiple different times. I had 2 bonds that disappeared. My attorney was Jill Gatley, and she told me in October I was going to be released the end of October, and on a bond, some kind of mentally ill bond. I told her I was not guilty. She started an argument and said that she was only there to discuss mental illness. She could not discuss my defense. That was the last time I heard from her, the end of October, on these false charges. And I never got out. I had a PR bond that disappeared. Hindering a bond is a crime. I could not use the phone. They had it disabled. I watched all these other people on the phone and I could not use it. On Sundays, there was a free phone call. I watched all these other people making phone calls and I could not use it. They didn't want me calling around to attorneys. They wanted me stuck with Jill Gatley. Someone else called an attorney on my phone, her phone. I tried to pay the attorney, and the attorney would not represent me. I think it's something Popper that a lot of people were talking about. They said that they had put a writ on my case, which the writ was the reasoning why the bonds didn't work. My attorney did not say that there would be a writ. She said that I would be getting out that day, and it didn't happen. I had a court date October 31st and was not able to go to that or any of my court dates. Then they scammed as an alibi that I was mentally ill and put me on medication. The state picked it up and made me take medication. They had a mental illness hearing without my presence that Andrea Wright set up, a doctor. I told her she was fully aware of the video. She claimed she saw it and still anyway said that I was mentally ill because I believed that people were colluding and they weren't. It was a mental illness, but that's not the mental illness when you're in jail is more involved around the importance of do you want to hurt yourself or others, not that you're mentally ill because you believe people are colluding against you. But that's what she said. I'd have other counselors that came in and then lied on me. For example, I had a counselor that said that I was creating a disturbance. They love saying that, and it's just pathological lies all over the place. And I thought that I would be able to escape the pathological lies in jail, and I wasn't even able to escape the lies in jail. So one day I was playing cards with several different witnesses outside, like it was like 20 women outside, 20 women plus. And I was playing cards at a table with like 4 or 5 women. 4 women because we were paying on teams. So it was 4 women, but it was like 5 women at the table. So they called me in, interrupting the game, and then said that I was creating a disturbance. I said, "How? I'm outside." Guattari was there. She was always present when they said that these lies took place. I said, "No, I didn't do this," and roll back the camera footage. So I thought about it. They kept lying on me. I said, roll back the camera footage so I can get, so sorry, I need to calm down. Roll back the camera footage so you can see that these people are pathologically lying on me. So then they put me in lockdown. I did a grievance. And the person that put me in the lockdown said, get your SHIT, and would not tell me why they were putting me on lockdown. They never did. And each time I'd ask and demand information on why they put me in lockdown, it was in corruption for doing a grievance on why this lady lied on me. And why won't they review the camera footage to see all these pathological lies while I'm in jail on false charges from all these parties? Then the woman that blocked my path, I didn't know her on camera footage. Monk came in angry. I got on the floor and started begging because I was tired of being treated like this all over the place. So she let her out early. She wasn't supposed to be out. The top tier comes out at one time and the bottom tier comes out at one time. For this, they had me in medium security, which is like a maximum security for people that had violent offenses. They do this when I'm in jail on false charges. They don't want me in there with people that are in and out because I talk too much. So they put me in jail with people that they are going to have a longer jail stay. That's a form of silencing me. So nonetheless, for someone that was in there for doing a false report, but it was a real report, I was in there with people that had assaults. And some of them stabbed people and different things like that, burglaries, all kind of different things. So nonetheless, since it was a conspiracy, they were covering for each other. So they did not want the person that blocked my path. I caused a big scene and I was beating on the door. I said, Monk, if I get stabbed, if one of these inmates stabbed me, because a lot of inmates were harassing me, and all one would have to do is review the camera footage, and then you could tell the guards were controlling them on camera footage. For example, I was talking to a guard, and the guard about privileges and different things and why I was being treated differently. So the guard motioned the inmate to interrupt me talking. It was on camera. So all one would have to do is just, no matter how incredible my story is, just do law enforcement. So I said, Monk, if I'm dying on the ground, are you going to rack me up and punish me for dying? She did not hold this lady accountable that kept doing it multiple different times. I was trying to get to the cleaning cart and she was on the side. So I tried to walk through and she blocked my path where I couldn't get past. I waited. Then she got over on the side again. Then I tried to go ahead and pass again. She blocked my path again. So then I got on the floor and did all this, and that's when Monk came in and let her be. She had no accountability period and told me to rack up in a rage for getting on the floor, begging this lady to stop threatening me, calling me the B word, cursing me out when she would not let me by. Some kind of way Monk let her out early and she was not even supposed to be out. But this has happened. I've been threatened multiple different times. I got assaulted in Dallas. And then they tried to put me in isolation as well when they assaulted me. The inmate assaulted me. The same inmate used to interrupt me talking to other inmates, telling the inmates about my experience and why I was in jail. I didn't know her. But it was the inmate was stalking me that I didn't know and was controlling my communication with people. But nonetheless, when it escalated and she assaulted me, they tried to put me in isolation, but it was too many witnesses that said, no, you got the wrong one. What are you doing? So then were forced to put her in isolation. Okay, well, I had to redo this video and list the paperwork. There was all kinds of grievances they wouldn't answer. I showed the grievances. I'm pretty sure they didn't want me showing the grievances. They were weird because the grievances you're supposed to have a copy of the grievance. The one that I had, the copy of the grievances that they gave me, you didn't get a copy. So I had to make my own copy. I had to write a grievance because they weren't answering my grievances. Like 90% of the grievances that I turned in, they would not answer. And they were serious situations. Like the lady that threatened me when she would not let me by, that's serious. If I can prove to people, even though it sounds insane, but if I can prove to people, even though it's on camera footage, this is really happening, but it's part of the smear campaign and they don't want evidence that I'm being really violated like this. Because the whole point is to frame me with mental illness. But nonetheless, you don't need to worry about that if someone were to just review the camera footage. Okay, well, early this morning, I got that email that YouTube removed the video of my jail stay. So this is another video just to inform you of my experience there and the pathological lies from multiple different jail staff, the conspiracy to violate my rights by depriving me of my constitutional right to go to court for the false charges. In addition to that, they were depriving me of my constitutional right to appear at the mental illness court, rather. I couldn't appear there either. It demanded for me to take medication as an alibi for their crimes without my appearance or permission. They did not subpoena me and do all kind of things they were supposed to do. They would not inform me of anything. Like all these other locations, they wanted me to sit and marinate and not know what was going on with my life. Day to day, I did not. People knew when they were going to get out. They had knew their court dates. They didn't want me to know that. They just wanted me to sit in oblivion of unknown. Okay, well, thank you for listening, and you guys have a great day.